Good afternoon, Mr. Witness. May I kindly take your seat?
Thank you.
Mr. Witness, for continuation of your testimony before this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and Related Matters, I want to remind you that we are still on the oath before I hand you over to Madam Chair for us to proceed. Thank you, Madam Chair. Over to
Sir Njie, you're welcome back.
Thank you, Ma.
And good afternoon.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
And Council, you may proceed.
Yes, Jai, we're discussing the issue surrounding the allegations of discrimination in relation to um, the way the CEO, Mustafa Bachili, addressed your application for scholarship. Now, at no point were you given scholarship by the
No,
by the area council.
I was denied the scholarship.
Come again, sir?
I was denied the scholarship, sir.
But you don't have a letter indicating that you will not be given the scholarship, do you?
No,
Now, the various institutions that you wrote to, did they respond to you? The permanent secretary
no. Only the National Assembly Select Committee chairperson.
responded to you. You
Yes.
have the letter
No, he did not write. He personally came to the office.
and said what? Came to you or to meet the administration?
No, he met the administration.
And
Yes.
were you present?
No, I wasn't.
Okay, how did the meeting end?
Come again?
How did the meeting go? How did you guys discuss? What did they discuss? Do you know?
The subject he was trying to advise them to take note of the essence of enhancing my capacity and as well to make sure that fair play happens.
All right. Unless there are questions for this witness, do you have questions from Mr. Jai? Before I move to the other issue. Now, you had mentioned the awarding of the contract to, is it UCL?
UXL,
UXL.
right?
And you did not approve or agree with the manner in which it was done. You did not think that they were qualified to be given the consultancy. What can you tell us about it?
First of all, it is my fervent belief that prior to awarding an individual contract,
Yes.
competition must happen.
Yes.
But identifying a single person, I don't know which discretion means we are applied to single him out, award him contract, whilst his qualification does not commensurate with anything with regards to consultancy, particularly on the subject of local governance. So that couldn't sit well with me.
Now, what is UXL?
I don't know the meaning of the abbreviation, but if I get it right, the proprietor is Mr. Mamlai Jase.
Mamlai Jase.
Yeah, the guy who was the EU project coordinator.
Okay. Now, Mamlai Jase was given the contract, the consultancy contract.
Yes, sir.
To do what?
According to them, they said restructuring.
Is what?
Restructuring.
Of what?
The council.
All right. Now, and you think that Mam Jase is not qualified?
He does not have what it takes.
Can you explain further?
I mean, because his area of specialty is in the relation to IT.
An IT expert?
Yes.
He's worked for council?
He never worked for council.
Is there any relationship he has with either some senior management of the council?
Come again?
Is there any relationship that he has with the CEO or the mayoress or anybody at that level?
Yes, with the mayor, they have some family connections.
And does he has a family connection with the mayor?
Yes.
Okay. Please proceed.
Yeah, because I mean, even the outcome of the report tells you that the guy does not have the pedigree or the intellectual capacity to be awarded a consultancy.
So his qualification is quite different from what he was consulted.
No,
An IT expert.
Yes, and even the amount that was spent on the consultancy, the staggering sum of money.
So what is the amount?
I mean, I think it exceeded $1 million. I have it somewhere here. A minute, sir.
So the entire cost is $175,000.
That's just one, how do you call it?
One payment.
Yes, there are, turn to the second page, you'll see another one on 19, number 19.
Yes. We have seen 382,000.
Then you go to number 26, you have another one, 1 million.
How much in total, do you know?
I did compute the whole sum, but it's beyond the mark. That was just too much.
How much do you have?
Unless I try to add these figures together.
Did he produce a report?
Yeah, there is a report he produced.
Do you see? Do you have the report, copy of the report?
I can provide the electronic copy.
Please do that.
Yes, if there is flash drive available, I can do it right away, sir.
We apply to tender a copy of a register of equipment, furniture, and software acquired in the year 2019 to 2022 for budget state council. The purpose of tendering this document is to highlight some of the payments made to UXL. In the person of Mamlai Jase for the numerous payments that he had received in connection with the consultancy service that was awarded to him to be admitted to evidence and marked as an exhibit.
Mr. Jay, this register, is it just for the register of equipment, furniture, and software acquired in 2019 and 2022?
Yes, ma'am.
July.
Yes, ma'am.
But it doesn't contain the extra activities that he has done for the council.
No, only the payments are captured in this.
All right, thank you. And the register of equipment, furniture and software acquired in the years 2019 and up to 2022 July is hereby admitted in evidence as an exhibit, and it is marked as LGC/BCC/SN/009. Sorry, 8.
As captured places. Now, this did not pass through the normal process of procurement.
No, sir.
And so you raised this with the CEO.
All right.
What was his response?
He never responded.
Another issue is in relation to Rafella.
Yeah.
You have this captured on the last page of your statement.
Yes.
What kind of do you have to tell us about Rafella?
Rafella, the mayor came from a travel. He invited us to her office. The moment I entered, he announced that she has this idea from her trip, but she does not know how to go about it, and wants this to be a successful thing. Thereabouts, he said, I am nominating Mr. Njie to be the chairperson of the organizing committee of this Rafella. Yes, my person. And in the same vein, during the launching, he'll be moderating the program. Does anybody have an objection? Unanimously, they said no. So I offered my expertise and guidance in the formation of the organizing committee, doing every necessary thing till the very day of launching. We wrote to the UNDP. They gave us $1 million plus for the event. So the finance committee, we are responsible for this voting. I asked the chairperson, then I told them, this is the opposite gender thing. So I wouldn't get involved deep. I wouldn't sign a check as chairperson. I wouldn't go into that. All I would offer is my expertise and guidance to make sure that this happens and it is a success. That's where I stopped. And the other activity that I was engaged in was to ensure that I give a daily briefing and update to the NDP. And that was where I stopped. Even their retirement, I did not know. All I heard was the commotion, the noise, the finger pointing, the bickering, and stuffs.
Regarding what?
I mean, the monetary issues, people.
Rafella.
Yes. After the event went successful, when it was launched at the Atlantic Hotel.
The launch it?
Yes. After its success, too much noise.
So you left?
Yeah, for me, the agreement was I would offer my expertise and guidance. Since the mayor did not know how to go about it, she came with the idea. She wanted this to be fruitful. So I took up the role, ensured that all the necessary committees were formed, established, and what every committee needs, I'll offer guidance. Even when they had a difficulty to formulate a budget, the initial budget that they formulated was not okay. So I had to intervene. I prepared a budget. I presented it on their behalf, the Finance and Fundraising Committee. We deliberated over it, and it was approved. I could vividly remember that very day, the then Public Relations Officer, Mohamed Lamin, currently National Assembly member for Banjul North. I think that was his first time to understand that honorarium has a plural. The word honorarium is singular. So when he saw honoraria, he wasn't comfortable. So he wanted to challenge that. I allowed him to make all his argument until he was done and dusted. I told him, this is the language of the English. Honorarium is just English. One is singular. If you want to pay multiple one, you use honorarium. So that's it. No need to make noise.
Okay. Now, what is Rafella? Initial or when Rafella came to be, when the part of Rafella, what was intended to do or address?
Rafella emanates from the UCLGA as a commission of the locally elected women in Africa. So that's where it derives. And Rafella initially came to the Gambia when Samba, Lord Mayor, was one time mayor of Banjul, it initially came to the Gambia, and there were councillors who benefited from Rafella during that time, who even traveled. So it was not new for Banjul. But over time, I mean, it died down. So she came again with this idea that she picked this from there where he traveled. I really remember which country. So she came, but she does not know how to go about it. And it was a fanciful thing for her. She wanted it to happen. So it's for locally elected women in Africa. So the initial thing was it's an advocacy platform for women. Yes. And to mobilize resources, to promote women into politics and stuff like that. That was all about.
So it is properly registered.
At that material time, when I was the chairperson, it wasn't. Later, I was made to understand that they register it. How and what, I did not.
But we see council funding so many Rafella activities. Were you aware of this?
Personally, I haven't seen them, but through documentations, I've seen it happen. Yes, through documentations, I've seen it happen.
Is there any relationship between council and Rafella as far as you're concerned? As it is operating now?
Yeah, if I am to advise, I mean, they are to be diverse, because council's role and Rafella's role are not the same.
Quite different.
Yes, because this derives its authority, the local government, from the constitution. Rafella is outside jurisdiction, came to complement women into politics.
What role what role does the mayor play in Rafella?
I think she is the president.
Okay. Now, back to one of the issues with Mam Lai Jase.
Right.
He was the one awarded the consultant, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And to shed light on Rafella.
Yes.
Rafella was initiated in the Gambia in 2011. And rightly pointed out, it's an umbrella or a subsidiary of the United Cities and Local Governments of Africa, UCLGA. And the Gambia is a founding member of Rafella when it was initiated in 2011. And it has to have a national character. I was then mayor of Banjul, and it is about women empowerment and advocacy for elected local women. So at the founding stage or inaugural meeting in 2011 in Tangier in Morocco, 4 councillors from the Gambia were selected. A councillor from Mansa Konko Area Council, a councillor from Banjul City Council, a councillor from KMC, and a councillor from Birkama. So they attended the inaugural meeting, that is the formation of Rafella. Then a Gambian in the person, a female councillor, in the person of Mariama Ba Sen, who was then the deputy chairperson of Birkama Area Council, was elected as a member of the African Executive Committee of Rafella. And he became a member of the Executive Committee representing the whole of Africa. And that was where Rafella started. It has nothing to do with Banjul City Council as a standalone institution. It has to have a national character, and it is for empowerment of locally elected women. I just wanted to shed light on that.
Yes, thank you very much. I believe that's very clear in relation to what it stands for, how the part of Rafella in the Gambia. Do we have the commissioners and how do I proceed? Thank you. Now, Mr. Njie, I believe that is very clear.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It corroborates exactly what you were trying to depict.
Yes, sir.
Now, we know that it seems to have a different agenda subsequently, but probably that's not for you to answer because you no longer are a member of Rafella and you may have disconnected yourself from Rafella.
Yes.
Unless you have something else to say about Rafella. This is why I asked that because we see so many payments.
Yes.
And at some point it is confusing whether it is a council's project or council's association and so on and so forth. But now back to Mr. Mamlai Jase, the consultancy that was given to him,
Yes.
is it the same with his appointment as project coordinator of the EU project?
Yeah, it's a different rule.
This is a different role.
Yes.
So he benefited from a consultancy given to him,
Yes.
and also was appointed as the project coordinator of the EU project, correct?
Yes, sir.
Can you shed more light on his appointment as the project coordinator of the EU project?
Yeah, I was fortunate to be part of the panel that interviewed the project implementers of the EU project.
The applicants.
Yes, the applicants for that.
So there was a committee set up.
Yes.
Explain to us the background regarding setting up of the committee, what its mandate were at the time,
Yeah.
recommendations you've had, if any, who you recommend to be the project coordinator, and the various recommendation of appointment, and what the final results were.
Yeah, Ms. Fatutal, then Deputy Chief Executive Officer, was the principal as far as this project was concerned. So we were support to ensure that we realize this. She spearheaded everything. We were behind her as support system. So we sat down, chat a roadmap for that matter, on how do we go about from advertisement to recruitment to interview, induction, orientation, and it rolls on. So all these things happen systematically until we get to the interview sessions. There was a score sheet that was designed to score the respective applicants.
How many of you in the committee?
We were many, but I could still remember some names. Madam Miss Fatal, my humble self, the director of director of admin, acting director of admin, Mr. Yusuf Jalo, Mustafa Bachili, the CEO, Mr. Dowd Jones, and then Clark.
Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Peter Bansambrook from Ostende, and another lady from Ostende.
Peter Bansan.
Van Sambrook.
Van Sambrook.
Yeah, from the Ostende. The City Link coordinator, and another lady from Ostende.
All right, let's proceed.
So, yeah, so we were there on the interview panel. With regards to the question of the coordinator and the applicants were, I think, Mr. Mamlai Jase,
Yes.
Mr. Ibusow,
Yes.
Mr. Mohamed Kamara, the Director of Finance of Banjul City Council.
Right.
So these were the applicants we interviewed.
Okay.
So upon the interviewing each one,
right,
we would aggregate the scores. So Ms. Fatal was responsible for handling all the logistical arrangements. So when we score every applicant,
yes,
we would aggregate and she would enter upon that. So when we were finally done,
right,
we went through to see after a review who is the applicant that stand out.
Yes.
So Mr. Ibuso stood out.
Ibuso.
So yes, he was the candidate that stood out.
Okay.
And
to be appointed.
Yeah, yes, and he has equally a background on project with the EU. Okay. He once handled projects with the EU, so that gives him an edge.
So his CV is much more stronger.
Yeah, his experience, his academic qualifications, yes. So also those were all added on it. Oh, thereabout, we talk about this whole thing, how we were all impressed. Mr. Souls, yeah, during the interview, his conduct and everything.
Yes.
So the CEO announced, Mr. Bachili, that we need to maintain our stance as far as the scores are concerned, and that this is the candidate that stood out. We all agree. So we all went in our respective ways with the belief that, I mean, this guy will be appointed Mr. So.
Naturally.
All of a sudden, we saw Mr. Jase becoming, I mean, the project coordinator, somebody who has no idea about what project coordination is all about. I mean, even his CV, when we were reviewing it, I mean, you could see a lot of things that I don't need to talk about here because it's not polite.
So he doesn't have the qualification, the academic qualification.
No.
His education does not link in any form in relation to try to manage a project of this sort.
No.
And more so, he doesn't have the background experience. And on the other side, Mr. Ibu South
Right.
met all these criteria.
Yes.
It's probably the right candidate, and you have given him the entire committee
Yes.
agree that Mr. Sao should be the one appointed because of all the boxes were ticked, correct?
Yes, sir.
Let's proceed. So when you found out that contrary to your recommendation, you have Mr. Lyman Mamlai Jase appointed as per the coordinator. What happened?
From there, I feel cheated because this was not the outcome.
Right.
So I was not comfortable. I mean, I began to engage my colleagues and say, come on, if we allow something like this, it's a precedent. And if this proceeds, what was the essence of us putting all these structures, doing this interview, spending time, wanting to have quality? I mean, because this is the first time that the city council had access to a grant. So you wanted to
50.1 million?
Yes.
Dollars.
Yeah. Authority. That, I mean, ignore the decisions of this and override with this. That is my presumption.
Okay. So did anything happen after this, after your confrontation with the CEO regarding why Mr. Jase would be appointed as per the coordinator, disregarding all the recommendations of the committee?
Yeah, I feel that I could no longer deal with anything like this anymore to be in a part of any committee whereby our decision could be single-handedly torn around, and the CEO who stood out and ensure that the decision of the committee prevailed had to just let these things go like that, slide like that. I mean, it was a big disappointment for me.
All right. You have any communications along those lines? Letters that you have me haven't. I know you already have one in 2019 when you addressed the issue of the the project. But are there any documents in relation to this particular appointment?
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if there was a correspondence to that effect.
We'll give it time. You'll come back tomorrow. I have been signaled this time.
Okay, okay.
Honorable Chairperson, the Honorable Time to signal me this time.
I just want to ask a question. Mr. Njie,
Yes, ma'am.
exhibit LGC/BCC/SN/008 has expenses that were done in the procurement of software.
Right.
Now, as at this time, you were the manager, right?
Right.
So, why do you have consistently for the same software?
Yes.
It's been purchased consistently.
Yeah, I think it's equally a concern for me. As I am speaking here, there is a committee constituted, which is asset register committee, which I happen to be the chairperson. Almost all these things are featured there, and there isn't anything that will ascertain that these software applications were purchased and installed. This is flabbergasting for me because I couldn't understand the amount of money that I spent simultaneously on softwares. So I can't verify them. So in that asset registry, we started from 2018 right to this present day. So every asset of the institution, it's captured there. Very soon we'll deliver a report. So it's the same concern we have, Ma. We have the same concern.
So please provide us with the asset register when you come tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I can provide the tentative. It's not yet finalized. I can provide that one.
Yes, provide.
Yes. Yes, sure. I'll do that.
Cover the
Sure.
period
Sure.
which is under review.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
So we rise. We'll see by 10.
Inshallah.